Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. I guess I should wait till yeah, there I am. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019, and welcome to all of you this morning to the Tuesday morning, a short little live hangout. I have a lot of things that I need to do today. Number one thing, how you doing, Andres? Nice to see you. The number one thing I have to help, well, I don't want to help. I have to try to do a lot of cleanup within the house today. We've had things that are a little out of control here. Obviously, with the fire stuff, we've got things piled up around the house, and it's a little messy. Good morning, Vicky. How are you, sweetheart? Nice to see you. And one thing Missy Jen doesn't like a messy house, so I'm going to have to hit this hard this morning here. And then this evening, I'll get into what tonight's plan is for tonight. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to another cemetery chooch. Gonna go grab my coffee. How you doing, Marie Duffy? Nice to see you this morning. I should say this evening in Northern Ireland. There, nice to see you, honey. I hope your day is going well. A few things to go over today in regards to the fire. As usual, I woke up to a ton of messages and inquiries today. We are on the ground. We are close to where everything is going on. Oh, you're so today. I'm sorry to hear that. So. Let me go grab my coffee here and refresh that. I guess I should have gotten it before I sat down. All right, one thing Missy Jen doesn't like is a mess. How you doing, Vanessa? Nice to see you. Nice to see you this morning. Yeah, I'm on a little earlier than usual because I've got a lot of stuff to do today. I know I got a headache. JK NoCal, good morning to you. Are you back in your hometown? How you doing, Bully? Hey, Christina. No, I'm just going to get to that. Get to that now. Thank you, Christina. So, just wanted to know if JK is still in the taking shelter elsewhere out there. Things are very messy around here in the house. Oh, you're working on Bennett Valley. Okay, good for you. Good morning, EBT. Nice to see you. Tonight, I expect about 5 p.m. we will leave home and head over to. Okay, you're still evacuated. We will leave home and head over to a different cemetery tonight, so it should be a good time. Yeah, JK continues to be evacuated. Continues to still be a lot of risk. I'll get to that in a bit here, and there were some reports today. How you doing, Jim Jones? There were some reports today that I want to discuss that put out. Of course, the news. Hey, Linda, the news tends to sensationalize things. We know that because if you can put a spin on something, then you can draw more viewership, and of course all the stations are competing with each other to see who brings the juiciest news in there. But I gotta tell you what, the nice thing about this fire situation is not one person has died. And that's a tribute to this county being so much better prepared than it was 2 years ago during the massive fire that struck Santa Rosa. People keep saying, what's the difference between the two? Well, the difference between the two is that the fire in 2017 came over from Napa County, driven by winds blowing from the northeast to the southwest. It drove the fire over the hill, but it was almost to Santa Rosa. It was, in fact, in Santa Rosa east side when it came over, so it went right into the city. This fire is about 15 to 17 miles, now something on the other 13 miles north of here. Not big population areas over there. So let's see. Good morning, Nathan. Nice to see you. All competing for that ad revenue. Well, it's a competitive business. News. People are being driven to cable now. People are on YouTube, and the broadcast television stations have a difficult time with revenue and things like that in the face of declining viewership. So I think about JK a lot, but JK's not a crybaby. He's definitely an alpha male in every sense of the word up there. You're getting ready for Halloween, so tonight will be a lot of fun in the cemetery, and I'll get to the rest of the situation, especially the new severe threat that the firefighters are facing over the next couple weeks or so. So tonight we'll be at the cemetery again. This evening it'll be a different cemetery. I do wish Missy Jen could go along, but he's trying to get access to these places, and they all tend to have gravel paths inside of them. So I'm going to invite her to meet us for dinner afterward and make sure she's included in all of the fun. Thank you, Survivor. Looking forward to the cemetery Chooch. So, Jim Jones, where's Elvis at the moment? Is he asleep still? He is at an undisclosed location. And I have to tell people on here, when I do my live streams, they're really about what's going on in my life, especially my solo live streams. So many times I will not answer questions that I believe are of a trollish nature or have to do with, private issues like what time somebody wakes up in the morning, blah, blah, blah. It's really not anybody's concern here on YouTube. The smoke in the morning is always real bad, Nathan, because the cold air at night compresses and pushes down the smoke, because cold air falls and it gathers all that smoke below it and it compresses it. As it warms up, the smoke starts to rise. I have no idea. What Bergs is doing, JK. I know that he has some new merch out there. Jim Jones, I can't see why that's really relevant. That question, is he asleep still? So I fail to see the relevancy of that. So as a result, I just ignore questions of that nature. I'm just putting it out there. It's just me. Continue to get some more mail from people. I really appreciate that. So on the cemetery, Chooch, if Elvis goes along, he may or may not, I don't know, but he's going to have to get his own, let's enjoy me. He's going to have to get his own flashlight and be prepared to watch out of yourself. You have impressive knowledge of air masses in your surroundings. Northerner, I don't really know a lot except what I wake up and hear on the KSRO, which is our local news station. Hey, Kawana. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to discuss other people in here. I know Jim Jones. Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. I've never seen you really in here before until the last week. Hey, Shamaj, how are you? And, you know, to me, what time somebody wakes up in the morning is not something that I'm going to discuss or disclose. So, of course, not disclosing that will, you know, to a person with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So people will draw the conclusion that he sleeps all day. So, you know, but I could care less about that. Hello, Terry. How are you? Kawana, you're doing some really good videos there, honey. Yeah, it's good to know. I was going to donate last night and asked if he took Bitcoin, and he banned me. I don't know if he wouldn't have any facility to process a Bitcoin fund in the sun. They did not have to evacuate out of there. Didn't have to evacuate there. If you wanted to donate, Fitch, you could always do a Walmart transfer or something. Like other people have their own channels. You're welcome, Kawana. But Fitz, you do what you want to do, guy. It's your life. You've been a decent guy, so you know, I don't think a lot of people really deal or understand. I wouldn't know what to do if somebody how I would convert that. My costume would just be plain. It'll probably be Space Girl or something like that. I haven't had time to really go around and think about costuming. I'm really lucky I got Halloween decorations up and was able to knock out a video. Hello, Sandy. But I do need to make sure today that get the inside of the house back in order for the holidays. We're coming up really fast on the fishing. The fishing and crabbing combo trip is coming up, so I have to make sure that I shift gears here. Marshall will have to clear everything out of the shine shack. He will have to clean up and scrub the bathrooms, the shower, and all that stuff in preparation for them coming in, because I want them to be super comfortable. Fitz, I don't know. I'm not going to get involved in that. I just think offering somebody like him Bitcoin is just a. You might as well offer him, you know, 4 head of cattle to convert that into a viable monetary unit to use to buy a Max Air fan. So you could always go on Amazon and purchase it there and just send it, have it delivered. So yeah, the fishing will be fun. It's going to be a great one. Yeah, you can't wait to start hanging up your holiday decorations. That would be cool. Kawana, I hope that you video that. That would be really awesome to see your decorations. I do want to say a couple words about, yeah, Schwarzenegger's house got burned up. Hello, Jordan Blue. I do want to give a shout out to my good friend Vegas Vixen. Few people have spent the amount of time that I have with her over 5 years. Of course, Dee lived with her traveled with her for months, and I have to step up and say, having observed her, spent time at the house, done projects outside the house, working on Dee's scooter and other things, and spending time with her and her family and Randy and the kids, I really have to say, and it's always been commented when people meet them and other people come over, that she definitely has the most mild-mannered, the most polite children, and she has she's a good homemaker, and I happen to believe that she is a wonderful mother, and I'm just going to put that out there. Having known her in person and not gathering information through the internet, but seeing her in person, I believe that she is a absolutely wonderful mother, and I would testify to that under oath. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to have his own flashlight, Captain Caveman. Very nice to see you today. I am not going to provide the light for him tonight. I have enough of a hard time focusing my light and keeping the camera focused on it. Yeah, I hear Schwarzenegger's house burned. Sandy says we used to do a lot of fly fishing for Montana rainbow trout when we lived in West Yellowstone, Montana. Yeah, I've never been fly fishing before. Let's see, Vanessa says, I got a picture of my 5-foot autumn Halloween tree. My Instagram with my Barbie doll. I think is one of the dolls. That's cool. Golden State, how about dressing up as Barbarella? I really don't have, I think she had like furs or something like that. Good morning, Chris. I don't know how long you've been up, but the smoke was oppressive at 5:30 this morning. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Our air quality is 328. What would be normal air quality, Chris? What would be normal air quality? That's exactly why I'm masking up. Hey, Jackie, we are going deep sea fishing and crabbing. Okay, the normal air quality reading is 20, so we're at 328. So anybody that doubts the need for wearing a mask when you go outside. Will Smith, hi Lavender, how you doing, babe? Also, Will Smith's house got burned up. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, Dungeness crabs are outstanding, and I really enjoy them and processing them. So, yeah, we're about 40 times normal on our air quality. I've been in for 2 days with 4 teenagers. Yeah, I help you. I hear you. Hey Eva, very happy to see you at home and all of you doing well. Have you ever been fishing out on Chesapeake Bay, Chesapeake Beach, Maryland? I have been up on the Eva. I've been up to Chestertown, Betterton. I don't know if you know where Betterton is up there. I think that's on the Sassafras River. I've been as far north as the C&D Canal. I enjoy the Miles River, St. Michael's, down in that area. The heck's that other, I can't, it's been so long since I've been on Chesapeake Bay. Like the Miles River, the Chester River over there, a lot of, no, D did not. Now he has transmission problems, so it's just as well that he rolled on there. Like I said, yesterday, I was expecting to come up. We lost contact in the morning. I was happy to contribute to him so that he could further his travels up. Yeah, I grew up doing a lot of crabbing, Christina, a lot of crabbing. And it was hit or miss. It was hit or miss. You would go in, go out crabbing, and sometimes you would come home with a trash can full of crabs, and other times you would be skunked and maybe get 3 or 4. He's up in, last I heard he's in Grants Pass, Oregon. My fear was that I told D, number one, there's very heavy smoke up highway. As you go north of Santa Rosa up Highway 101, that's where the fire is being fought, right at 101, right there, right at Highway 101, the eastern side of 101. They have been several times a day for a week been closing Highway 101. And I let Dee know there's a chance you may be trapped up there for hours or have to come all the way down. There are no routes over the top of the mountains to go east. You'd have to come all the way down to Highway 37 and go over to Highway 80, which itself has been closed down because of the fire in Vallejo and reopened again, and make your way over to I-5. So it's it's been extremely difficult here. So he was welcome to come up. I anticipated he was coming up. I've had very spotty. I don't know if you've ever had the experience when you go to send a text message and the little thing next to the text message just whirls and it doesn't go through. And for about an hour and 15 minutes yesterday, every text message, I got no text messages in, and every text message I sent out would have a little thing that came up in red and said fail on it. Hello, Evil. Yeah, the home is pretty airtight. Yeah. How you doing, Lee? Nice to see you. I live on the Potomac River, 30 miles south of White House in North Beach, Maryland. I had a boss pit that paid for us to go on a fishing trip out of Chesapeake Beach. Well, you must be familiar with. I want to say the yeah, up all up and down the coast there. You must be familiar with all the rivers that are going through the Virginia side of Chesapeake Bay. Hello, girly girl. My service yesterday. I don't know whether their services are taxed, but I've had spotty service for the last 2 days, and it's been awful. Yeah, the cell towers are failing, and in Marin too. So there's just too much traffic on there. I'm not sure if weed is legal in DC or not. I'm not sure. So one way or another, I will be doing the cemetery chooch. I want to enjoy my Halloween. Um, yeah, so that's been very difficult to deal with that, but I made a nice contribution so that D could continue on his travels. I know he was getting low on funding, so I was happy to contribute to that. He's a very good friend of mine, and a dear friend of mine, and I'm happy to see him. As far as the transmission, I'm not quite sure what the story is on that. I give kudos to Cameo Collections for going down and helping D and picking him up off the side of the road and returning them. Yes, Norm helped him greatly too. I'm not surprised. That's the kind of person that Norm is. And as they always say, you never know when the Canadian Clipper is going to strike next. Linda says, you're nice. Hey, Joe Smith, you're a nice person to your friends. Well, I try to be friendly to everybody. But there's something special, as I said about Vegas Fiction, there's something special about spending time with people in real life. You really do get a glimpse into their lives and what their makeup is. So I enjoy being a friend to Dee. We have great times. We'll be chooching together again, probably late December and into January. If we go down to Mexico, and I wouldn't go alone, so I would be very happy to go with Marshall. But if we have Dee go along too, and maybe Desert Donnie and a few other people, it might be a lot of, and Border Nomad, it could be a lot of fun to do that. Which regarding the van, toss it in the gutter and go buy another. I couldn't disagree more, Larry Park. The van is built like a tank inside, and the proof of the pudding will be in the eating on that. And anybody that talks about the drivetrain or the engine or the transmission really doesn't have a concept of the build quality of this drivetrain. Hello, Joan Ann Smith, but it does tow the company line of the other side. So we have about 10 inches of snow. Wow, Joan Ann. Oh, Dee's van. Okay. I don't really know about Christ now. Sorry, Larry. I thought you were talking about the Lisa Marie. I will say this, Larry, that only Marshall told me about that the Chryslers of that era had transmission problems. I never knew that. I had I want to say I had a 98 Ford Windstar, I think I had. And I really loved that van, but you know what happened? One day it wouldn't go into drive anymore and the transmission was shot. The engine still ran great, but it is what it is. Cinnamon says the cemetery chooch is going to be a blast. Do you have a time set? I think it's going to be, we're going to leave home at 5 o'clock here today and head on over. And then I'm hoping Missy Jen will rendezvous later and get something to eat. I'd like her to be a part of the festivities, but a lot of these graveyards just have gravel paths that go around. I'm not physically capable, nor is Elvis, of pushing a wheelchair through 3 inches of gravel on roadways and stuff. It's a killer. Jen wanted to go to the Border State Park. We always make that visit in San Diego. They had had some rain, so they made you park outside at the main entrance to the park. And then if you wanted to go to the border fence, it was about a mile ahead. And I remember pushing Jen along those muddy, rough roads for 1 mile in that wheelchair, and I thought I thought I was gonna die pushing her along in that chair. Oh, I think you'll enjoy the Chooch. So I'm not sure if Missy Jan will be on camera later. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to take it into if we even do grab a bite, maybe a hamburger or something afterward. We shall see. It depends how cold it is. Temperatures drop radically here at night. Marshall has discovered that the temperature range here in the bay, in the North Bay, is extreme in this area. It can be 80, 85 degrees at night and drop down to the 30s, like last night, the mid 30s. Colorado's getting hit hard. I guess by snow. What's going to be awesome for Missy Jen is if I get this house cleaned up for today. I've got to put things back on the wall. It is 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Okay. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I think the clocks will go back and when does the time change? Does anybody know when the time changes here? I'm not sure. You're welcome, Linda. I'm happy to have you along. In addition, later tonight, there will be a late night hangout on Rosie McNamara. It'll be kind of a dress up and a little bit of adult fun on there this evening. For those of you who are still up, that probably won't start till 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Next Sunday for us. Sunday it changes back. That's okay. That's good. Is it spring forward, fall back? So we get an extra hour. We got an extra hour of sleep. Yeah, I think it'll be Space Girl tonight. I'll probably get the blue hair on and just have some fun. You need to break the mood around here. Has been very somber. So, all right, guys, I will be back in 1 second. Boy. Yeah, we fall back. Space Girl. So, yeah, it's going to get dark so early. But you know what? I get up around 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. And it is pitch black outside till 7 a.m. I don't like to get up in the darkness. I don't mind the summertime when it's light out early, but it starts to get dark early at night on the new schedule, and frankly, it depresses me. That kind of, yeah. It's going to get dark in 2020. Cinnamon. The last decante, I'm not sure what that means, Rachel. I'm not sure what that means. The last decade of Neptune is around March 2020. I wait for. Oh, thank you, Joanne. I want to give the update in a couple minutes. So, the last. What does that mean? The last decade of. Am I even saying that right? Seasonal. Yeah, I get seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder. Oh, Golden State says I love it when it gets dark early. uh, oh shoot, we don't have any Halloween candy, and everything is stripped off the shelves here. Shoot. Oh. I don't know who's going to come trick or treating. All right. I hate the time change throws me off. Yeah, at least I like the. Why do we even have a time change? I think Kim C because we used to be a more agricultural based economy, and I think it allowed time to agree with farmers more in the morning and give them more morning light to work. Why would I offer displaced people to park at the Rancho, Joey H? I mean, we're one tiny northwest corner away from a potential evacuation order ourselves here. There's plenty of parking lots. There's the casinos that are offering people to park down there. There is, the last thing I want is to bring somebody into an area that could potentially be evacuated. It wouldn't make sense. We hand out sticker packs. That's a cool thing. I miss the homemade treats. Doesn't matter, Joey H. Up in the very point of an area that's not been evacuated. The last thing I'm going to do is bring people onto this property. Yeah, we are okay right now, but we got the big wind event. We got the big wind event coming up here. The last thing I want is additional people on this property. How you doing, Mouse Toes? Look at the evacuation maps. You'll see that we're right up in the corner. Last thing I need is somebody to try to pull a RV into this property and create further confusion. We don't know what's going to happen tonight. How are you doing, Lisa? How are you? We'll hide the candy over here. No, my breathing's not labored. My breathing is fine. If you offer something like that, we like a scene from The Walking Dead. Yeah, I mean, I would highly discourage anybody from coming down here until this whole event is done. Winds come down tonight, and it could be like a blowtorch again, and it could be moving again, marching once again in our direction. So I have to be very careful when I bring people down here. And I will say, Jackie B, I'm 61 years old. I'm not 22 years old. So, I've got a few, my tires don't have a lot of tread left on them there. Hope you're doing good today, Mouse Toes. Very nice to see you. For those of you who are joining, tonight will be another cemetery chooch for a couple hours. No, I wear a mask when I go outside, Jackie B. I just had an annual physical last week. My blood pressure was 120/58, and my resting pulse rate was 60, and my lung function was at 97%. So yeah, we're gonna have a chooch tonight. Go to the dollar store and buy $1 toys. Hell, we'll just stick a dollar bill in everybody's bag. Yeah, my health, I'm lucky I enjoy very good health. The only thing I do is bust my knuckles up a bit working around all that sheet metal. And thank you, Kathleen. Thank you yeah, they're fantastic numbers. I'm on no blood pressure medication. I don't eat a lot. I drink a little bit of beer. I don't have any, uh, preconditions of diabetes. I don't have any heart issues. Yeah, I consider myself very fortunate. That's why I am extremely grateful for what I have. And I'm also having compassion for people that battle medical issues. Mike Loyal, I like it too much out here in California. I love it. Hey, E-Waves, Meat Hole Manor, the other coolest voice on YouTube. This guy is so mellow, and I love this guy. I love listening. I lay in bed, I pop on your hangouts, man. I love your style is so smooth. You guys want to hear a fun, cool guy with an outstanding voice? Sub up Evil Abe's Meat Hole Manor. I think he's a funny guy. Thank you, Christina. It says, Rosie, you look 20 years younger than you're crying loud. Thank you very much. I think something might have to do with the hormones, but also a zest for life and smiling all the time. I don't, to me, negative people that never have anything positive to say, people that dwell on the negatives and negatives, I think a lot of times you'll find that they're the people that age the hardest in life because the human body responds better to laughter and happiness than it does to negativity and sourness. That's my belief anyway. Yeah, I'd listen to an obscene phone call from me. I would too, man. I love that voice. He should do the ASMR or AMSR or ABCD. It's like the LGBTQRSTUV WXY and Z. Yeah, I mean, if I can't laugh and have a good time, that's why I'm very selective about the things that I engage in on YouTube now. Hey, Red Stiletto, new subscriber here. Welcome aboard. Lavender says, I'm working on my attitude. It's a struggle, but I'm trying. Yeah, you got to hear him, Kim. Welcome aboard. Do you walk barefoot around home and yard? No, but Missy Joan does. No, I don't. Uh, I don't know whether it was, this was a real switch for me. I grew up in Baltimore, of course. Nobody cared. We came in the house and our Keds and PF Flyer tennis shoes and I don't know. Nobody took their shoes off at home. It is what it is, and I don't know anybody around me. I never went to any of my friends' houses when they took their shoes off when they would go home. When I moved to Asia, it was a whole different story. I had to have every place I would go to, there would be an extra pair of flip-flops around, and if you were visiting somebody, I put my big dogs in those flip-flops and never wore shoes inside of a place in Asia. Yeah, Keds, PF Flyers, all that. So they used to have it, A&P, the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, really the first supermarket chain in America. They used to have what was called a grab barrel. And I remember when we would go shopping and the shoes were like $1.99 a pair, okay? But you had to fish through this huge beer barrel thing, as big as a wine barrel to match two pairs of shoes up. They just put orphan shoes in this big barrel, and you had to root through and try to match up the shoes. And my mother would get very impatient, and she'd just grab a blue and, well, purple's close enough to blue. That's all right. You wear that. It's close enough. I used to go barefoot all the time. Now way I go barefoot. And yeah, it's disrespectful to enter out. Yeah, so I did not. Yeah, the big B. Y'all gonna bob for apples? I'm gonna. My dad would have his bob, bob for French fries. I don't believe in my lifetime, Jordan Blue, that I have ever bobbed for an apple. I don't believe that I ever have. That seems so. It seems so 1920s and 30s to me, bobbing for bobbing for apples. You'll wear flip flops when helping your husband with wood. So yeah. I am holding up good, Whiskey. Nice to see you, babe. We're holding up good. We've got one more hump to get over, and I want to get onto the fire situation here because number one, the fire's grown, which really surprised me. The fire's grown to 75,000 acres overnight from 62,000 acres yesterday, which kind of surprised me. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the containment went from 5% to 15% overnight. That's great news. The bad news is we've got this one last big wind event that's going to start in the afternoon and continue until about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. What is that going to do to the fires? I don't know. The wind direction is, the winds are going to change from essentially calm to once again blowing from the northeast to the southwest, which is going to continue to try to drive the fire southward, southwest. So we'll see what, hey, Erica, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when it, we'll see what happens overnight. You really have to think about the firefighters, okay? And this is something people haven't mentioned now. You got over 4,000. You have over 4,000 firefighters massed around this fire now. 4,000. I don't know how many pieces of equipment are on the scene. I don't know how many planes are flying and all that. But will tell you this. We have a whole new wrinkle to fighting this fire. Number one, they said this fire is targeted to be put out on November 7th. Okay, but according to CAL FIRE, it might take a month to fully extinguish this fire. Well, the only thing that's going to fully extinguish this fire is when rain finally comes in. Okay, but now we're coming into the real cold weather. Now these firefighters that are outside building fire breaks, they're not sleeping in hotels in the area. They're all massed at the fairgrounds in tents and things. And they're now starting to endure the very cold temperatures of warm days and very cold nights into the mid-30s right now. These guys now ladies now have to deal with situations of potential hypothermia and things like that. I mean, there was already a report of a couple people were doused by water and things, and they had to get them out. A couple people had hypothermia and things like that. So not only is it the heat there, not everybody's on the fire line. Some of them are back there building fire breaks and running bulldozers and things like that. So now they're having to contend with the brutal cold by California standards in the overnight and into the morning. Yeah, we need rain, Whiskey. We need rain for sure. But the rain ain't going to come until the weather pattern shifts. I mean, I got Whiskey OG in here. He lives a couple hundred miles up more towards Central California around the Lake Shasta area. He knows that sometimes the rainy season doesn't come till December. You know, it just depends on the weather pattern. We're evacuating late night in Colorado. Please be safe. We're doing good, Jasmine. We are doing good. We usually get rain the first week of October, but got nothing yet. So in other words, we don't know when the next wind event will be. Yeah, the firefighters work hard. You got firefighters from all different parts of the country that don't get cold, that are dealing with the cold here in the morning. I mean, it was very cold this morning up here, and all that cold air pushed that smoke right down to ground level. It was bad about 5:30 We get rain all the time. Wish I could send it. What happens is that high pressure builds over what they call the Humboldt Basin in Nevada. And that high pressure system, which is hundreds and hundreds of miles in diameter, acts like a big bumper, like on a pinball machine. And every time that the jet stream would try to bring some of the moisture off the Pacific, it just bounces off of this high pressure dome, and it just, it doesn't penetrate the area. The only thing that changes is when that high pressure system breaks down. And then the jet stream that's usually up in Washington and Oregon starts to drop down. And then we get the Pineapple Express that starts to bring in the warm air from Hawaii into the cold air of the Sierras. And we get the rainy season, and we get, sometimes over something on the order of some seasons over 100 feet of snow in the Sierras. Oh, today's your birthday. Wow. Happy birthday to you. Ooh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beautiful Kiwana, who can cook like nobody's business. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Hey, I don't give them out like candy, you know what I mean? That's I love Kiwana. I don't know how she found my channel, but it's like test cooks for you. These are gals that, Kiwana's going to have a big channel. She's going to be a superstar on YouTube. Beautiful, cooks well. And it's like test cooks for you. She's an amazing person, too. A silver button YouTuber. Something on the order of 130,000 subs. And she hangs out in here, which is really cool. Let me get the door. That thing will never heal. Never heal. Oh, it smells terrible outside.
You know how to wrap that finger up.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap it. Here, I don't want...
I'll use the card.
Oh, okay, good, okay. I didn't want you to pay for the candy, so that's great. Okay.
$20.
All right, excellent. All right, I'm live, so that's great. Okay. I appreciate you. I'm glad I kind of got you in time because we didn't
I
have
was
any
already in
Halloween
the car
candy.
ready to leave.
I was like, holy
I
smokes.
checked my messages and I'm like, oh, okay. So I went back there real quick.
Yeah, the candy camps is just as good, that's fine.
They didn't have the big ones. There was somebody who said he didn't work there.
That's perfect, that's
He
close enough.
showed me
Yep,
these,
that's
yeah.
perfect.
He said
Good
that's
deal.
all right, that's
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I better take a quality. My hands are so sore. I can't even open this. Well, Maggie, the money part is his responsibility, so I wouldn't dwell on it. You have people asking that same stuff every day. It's pointless to ask about it. I think I'll have maybe I'll have a Reese's. I'm not going to have a, don't eat these if you got dental work. Milk Duds, forget about it. I'm surprised the company hasn't been sued. Come on, man, where's the good stuff? I better get a Kit Kat before Missy Jen gets to it here. Oh, there's a Heath bar. That seems good. There's a Kit Kat. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me another Kit Kat bar. Yeah, the milk duds, forget about it. Forget about the milk duds. Yeah, Maggie, 100 people a day say that. I mean, what's the point? I mean, there just reaches a point where, it's not.
Children, not for you.
Not for me. I'm a kid. You know that.
Yes, but it's not for your kids. It's for the children.
Oh, well, okay, so I love the Heath bars. The Heath minis, there we go. Oh. Hey, Andrea, how you doing, babe? I don't want a milk dud. Juju bees. What was the other one? I don't know. Forget about it, man. I'm not going to eat that milk duds. What was the other thing? I'd be a kid, and I would hang around my friends at Halloween, and then the next day, we're 13 years old, 14 years old, or whatever. Morning. 13 or 14 years old. They'd be hanging on the eating the sugar daddies, right? The ones you bite and they pull it out and either their tooth came out or a filling came out.
Good morning, everybody.
What's up, Marshall? How's everything going out there?
I was just talking to the Godfather.
Watch the air quality out there. You should really be wearing a mask today.
Really? It's
clear. The air quality's normal air quality reading is 20. It's 328 today.
Really?
Yeah. The particulate air, suspended air matters at 328 today.
The sky looks clear.
I'm saying it gets better as the day as it heats up. All that stuff.
Stuff rises
up. I'm saying this morning you should really have a mask on. In the morning.
Yeah.
Sugar daddies are.
My sister likes those.
Forget it.
But they stick in your teeth really bad.
They stick in your teeth.
Yeah.
The kids would pull out the thing, and there's either a tooth stuck to it or a filling.
How about you?
It's all right. Yes, can't complain.
That's good. Like I said, as soon as I'm off today, I'm going to take care. I'm going to start bringing some stuff in outside and start putting this place back together again. Who would win in a fist fight between Coach Noah? Oh, I don't know, Brandon. I don't get involved in those theoreticals. Make sure you have your flashlight charged or whatever for tonight.
Yeah, I've got my solar light just started.
Cemetery Chooch, man. Oh, you found you through Pam's channel. Been hooked. Oh, thank you, Kiwana. You're wonderful. Yeah, do they still have the whatchamacallits? There's so many candies. I don't know.
Can I ask Whiskey OG something? Whiskey OG. Hey, I got a question for you, Whiskey. How is your dinette table mount to that Class C? Can you make a video of that?
Hey, bully.
I want to replicate that on Elisa Marie. I'm going to replicate a
no costume for the dog.
I want to see if you can make a video of that, or if you can tell me here how your dinette table is attached and on the Class C, and how you adjust the height to it. Because we're building a dinette.
I guess I would put my money on Marshall. Reason being because I've seen Marshall on the edge of almost insanity and with his strength.
Hey, if you were a quarterback football,
I'll never forget.
Yeah.
This summer we were sweating like dogs working on that generator box and other things on the rig. Your teeth you were going nuts, insane.
Yeah.
And that one day when you took that dental floss and you were working that back tooth on there,
Yeah.
and you got so mad, you threw that down. You're like, "That's it. I'm going to Mexico, right? We're
Right.
like, no, you can't go in summertime.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. He goes, I said, well, I need to get the generator off the back of the rack because I need to fit the box. You know, we
Yeah.
take it on and off probably 20 times. And that thing weighs 90 pounds or something. He
Right.
picked that thing up like it was a peanut on that.
I deadlifted that like it was a cup of coffee, right?
And I said, whoa. So I wouldn't want to, you know, face him at the, what I call the breaking point. I don't know this. Let me just see this.
If you were a quarterback on a football team, who would you want to be your lineman? Coast 9500 or Elvis Travels?
Elvis Travels. I'd want him to be my, yeah, I'd want him to be a lineman there. So,
Right.
prayers for the people worried and broke. I don't think a lot of people were broke that are displaced out here. Joey H. If I could be over within a few, would win, but if fight last, I think would. I don't know, Brandon. I'm going to disagree with that. I don't know. Not tonight. Tonight's not Halloween. Okay. Tell Elvis I'll make a video on my dinette table. That's great. I'm
No.
sure it's attached by 2 pocket hanging things on the side of it. On there. So I'm not building you a new motorhome. That's for sure. So it's famous words.
I just had a long conversation with the Godfather. He's like, this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
is so into these guys doing these homemade builds. He's like,
Yeah.
just take it down, strip it to the bare metal, get
Tell him
everything
like
out.
Corey says, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk like that.
Oh, the way he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over here by the beach. Strip that down, that van down to the bare metal. Tell Rosie to do that. You make more space in there. Everything portable. Everything has to be portable.
Yeah, just get a, what do you say? Just get a water jug, 6-gallon jug, and hook up a pump to it. You're all set.
He said, just take a sledgehammer, get everything out. You can dump it over there by Rosie and then leave. You can do the work yourself. You don't need Rosie.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Larry, Coach is physically fit. I like Gerald. He is a physically fit person. But every day that Marshall's doing this work, I have to say he's getting up and down and in and out. He's not, you know, he's definitely getting a workout doing this stuff. So, what we got to do today, I've got to work on putting put the house together this morning, getting that back. We got the cemetery Chooch and then some late night fun on the Rosie McNamara channel tonight. How you doing, Deborah? Nice to see you. Flatline, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. First time I've ever seen you in my chat. So, yeah, that's going to be the agenda today. So,
You know,
happy
somebody
birthday.
was-
Let's test everybody's history. Okay, as Marshall knows, I'm a fanatic about United States history and things.
Yeah.
What happened on this date? What happened on this date 90 years ago today? Huh? Let's see if anybody. See how our historians are.
You're going to have to Google
What
all
happened
this.
on this famous date 90 years ago? We'll see. Let's see how smart everybody is on here. Okay.
You know what somebody said last night?
What? Oh, Christina, no, honey, you're not. You're young. I was born.
All right, here's a smile.
Wait a minute. I want to see if anybody
Oh,
gets
okay.
this. Let's see. 90 years ago. Nope.
Somebody's
No
gotta
president
Google it.
was assassinated. Oh, that's great. Allie Pally, you should not have kept that. That's right, Insane Chef. October 29th, 1929. The great crash of the stock market hit its peak of frenzy on October 29th, 1929.
Ugh.
$12 billion of value was wiped off, which is equivalent of probably $250 billion today. Yeah. Oh, that's my husband's birthday. So there's your little history lesson. 90 years ago today. Panic was reigning in the canyons of Wall Street up there. That was really the official kickoff of the Great Depression. Yes, it was. So, will it happen again? You know, consider this: we're at a very high stock market level. We have slowing economic activity. We have the Fed meeting going on right now.
Low
They'll
interest
probably
rates.
be cutting interest rates short term for the third time. You can draw your own conclusions. Let's see. That's right. Black. Yeah, I think it was Black. I think it was Black Tuesday. Actually, Whiskey says I was sleeping in that.
What did he say?
What was the cover that Whiskey? What was that cover that you did the other day? That was so good. I can't. Tell me the cover that you did the other day. How you doing, Spanky? Good morning. Hey, Johnny West. Looking forward to the cemetery. Chooch. Yeah, big day. Contrary to popular belief, I was not around in Wall Street in October 29th, 1929. Okay. Buddy, brother, can you spare a dime? Yeah, tell me what that cover you did the other day, Whiskey. Let's see what it is. Hello, Julie. How are you? Let me see if Whiskey's still here. I don't know. The name of the song. What was the name of the song that you did? Now I got to go to Whiskey's channel. Son of a. Let me see. He did such a good job. I want to direct you guys to. He's so talented. Let me find this thing. Let's see what he did. Hold on a minute. I gotta find this thing he did. Oh, was it the I Narcissist? Yeah, he did his own. He did his own word. Don't strike me, Whiskey.
There's one
Let me
simple
see.
secret
Hold on a
everyone
minute.
who has a narcissist.
I gotta play your ad.
I'm self-absorbed and I hate all of you.
I hate all of you.
I only love myself. I guess that's why I'm the biggest knock around. But
Tell me why.
oh, no, tell me
Why? I should have been singing back up.
Love myself, but do I hate you? 'Cause I'm the biggest knock.
Now, if you don't think this guy has talent, I love Bergs most of the time, but I'll tell you, Whiskey is just a world class stylist and outstanding lyricist on that. That's a kicking job. So go to Whiskey OG, sub him up, check out that song styling that he did on that. It's amazing, his guitar work on that. He's a very talented guy, and he's got a good sense of humor too. Let's see. Anything you want to add? Subtract, multiply, or divide this morning?
Oh, no, yeah. I heard last night somebody was talking about me, and they said when they hear that door, they can hear that door creak. And they said,
Yeah,
when
I
they hear
heard
that door
that.
creak, Elvis is coming.
Yeah, all my numbers go down.
Well, the numbers go up, but there's a creak on Rosie's door back here.
Thank God I got you to coattail off here.
Hey, maybe you should put one of those things when I open the door, like you hear, like a bell, yeah, and
maybe
that
I
Elvis
should put
is,
a buzzer thing that I could,
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you come in, bam,
Right.
that's funny. So the van build we haven't really built. It's been in a deconstruction. It's been in a deconstruction mode, but
Yeah.
we're going to be adding. The smoke is horrible. Yeah, we're going to be adding some. We're going to be starting to put stuff back in. I think Marshall's going to be charged with the task of beginning to put the primer in there, so we can.
Somebody mentioned, which was a good idea. I saw it in the comments. You know you can put primer on the metal floor,
Mhm.
but the actual marine wood, the subfloor that you put
I've
in.
never primed.
Really? Somebody
I
was
don't plan on priming marine wood. It's
somebody was mentioning to prime the wood and it would
no
last longer.
pointless to do that. So I'm not going to prime. Marine wood by itself is enough of a deterrent. Plus, your Luann came up. It was perfectly fine and big sheets of it. So
Right.
there's no water intrusion going in there.
Right.
I think that's a waste. Hey Eddie, how are you? Well, I'm going to encourage him to put wall lights up there like they have in the Coachman. So I have to let him make that decision on there. So we'll be doing some cooking coming up. That's not a primer, Ali Pally. That's something called Red Guard. It goes on hot pink and it ends up being the color of blood. Like looks like a murder scene inside of there. When it dries, it just gets. But that is really, yeah. There'll be some LED strip lighting. See, these things are very cheap. These kind of things that you can put in. I think that he should have lights on both sides of the table, but I'm not going to tell him what to do. But once the paneling goes up, there's no going back. I'm not going to go in and take panels off to run wires. In other words, I'd love to run a lot of wires in anticipation of things, and then they're there if you need them in the future. You know exactly where they are behind the wall. Let's see, Jen now to cook dinner for Halloween. I don't know. Like I said, after the cemetery Chooch tonight, I want, if Missy Jen's up to us, I want her to join us out there so I can treat her to some dinner. You can get 12, yeah, the LED strip lighting is very, huh? After our cemetery Chooch. Just like last year. Out Highway 12 and, you know.
Is there any update on the fires, Rosie? Any
Yeah,
update?
I've already given that
Oh, really?
I
update.
have a window band coming today again.
Well, I'm just saying for tonight, for a couple hours. For a couple hours, I'm saying. Not all night long, so. I need some roommates. It looks fun. There, color. So that's what I would encourage him to do is, to think about the lighting. I don't want to just rush forward with the build and then, oh, we didn't put the lights. You know, you can either you can either make things look classy, or you can make it look clownish. It's not up to me to decide.
Right.
You know, the cool LED lights are horrific. They put off a blue light. There's no warmth to them at all. They're
Right.
just, but I'm not going to make any of those decisions. He is. So,
I think the light, like I was telling Rosie, the light fixtures that are LED are a real big plus. And
for batteries, but make sure you
because-
get the right warmth scale on them, you know?
Right. You can, once you get the fixture, then you can put whatever quality of LED you want in there.
There you go, Tim.
But yeah, we're just gonna add some fixtures and so lighting is very important, especially in jungle room. I don't have any lighting in the jungle room at all. And
Well, we're going to add some things for 12-volt outlets for.
yeah, I was originally going to go with the strip lighting, but those are, when those go out, they're probably a hassle to replace, and they're all hardwired in. So it's just nice to have a fixture. If the bulb goes out, you just replace the bulb, and it looks original and classic. And
No, I'm not stressed out. I'm feeling great today. Feeling awesome today here. We got one more event to get over tonight. I'm just going to bring a few things back in the house. I've promised Missy Jen I'm going to work on cleanup around here as soon as I'm off the hangout here today. She wants her house back in good order, and right now it's been, hello Vicky, right now she's starting to get stressed because there's junk all over here and everything. So
I'll be back in
okay, make sure to mask up.
30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay.
I got business to attend to.
Okay,
North side of town.
nice mask.
Come on,
Yeah.
George.
Okay. Do I have any pets? No. I used to have a dog named Wolfie. The first 2 years that I had Wolfie for years. But when I moved to the rancho, he was with me 2 more years. If you want to see the dog I had, go down to my playlist on my channel. You'll see a video under renovation projects. You'll see one called My 5-Year Journey on the Rancho. You can see where I totally got this. Maybe somebody can find that video, one of my moderators on my channel playlist there. My 5 years on the Rancho, my journey restoration. You can see where I gutted every piece of drywall, fixed termite damage, put in recessed lighting here, laboriously got rid of damage on the wood floors and sanded out untold numbers of water stains and things like that on there. Thank you, Maggie. I am a very, well, I got to take care of Missy Jen. She does a lot around here. Thank you, Spanky. You can see that video. You'll see Wolfie in that video. Yeah, Wolfie went on a lot of walks and chooches with me, yeah. And yeah, he was a great and faithful dog, and Jen took good care of him. And you can see the video the day we put Wolfie down. I couldn't even be. That's when I knew Missy Jen was special. She came in April. He passed away. He was put down in June. And we went to have him put down because he couldn't stand up on his legs. His balance was bad. And I couldn't tolerate being in the room when they gave him the final injection and stuff. So thank God Missy Jen was courageous enough to stay in there with Wolfie to the end. And then a couple years later, we had to go through the process when Mandy had to be put down, her dog, and that was very traumatic for Jen to put Mandy down, her bigger black dog. So yeah, remember the videos of me in the attic replacing lights? You can see me crawling under the house. I have dozens of videos putting up jacks underneath the wall of sound and getting chased by spiders under the house and all kinds of running wiring. Yeah, Joe Smith, it happens. Okay, take care, Lavender. Well, I don't want to get a tear in my eye. I think about Wolfie and that final terrible day in June when that happened. That was a rough day. That dog was my only companion it was before Bobby even came on the scene, and it was brutal couple years. If you see the video, you will see. I was at the point, well, you can watch the video yourself on there. Yeah, Vicky, it's tough. She lost her dog of 18 years this summer. That's right. So things happen, but we still have Georgie. He's a great doggy, very smart. Yeah, that's right, Spanky. Yeah, it's hard to take them when they pass on, and there's nothing like that ride when you go to have them put down, and it's those 2 miles or whatever are the longest 2 miles of your life. Talk about being on the Green Mile and just experiencing every emotion.
What kind of reminds me, Rosie, of memories? The last dog I had was a German Shepherd in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Chicago, and anyways, he was a beautiful black German Shepherd. But what was unique about the dog, I was in Chicago. My dad used to put the dog on the phone.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, the dog used to hear my voice, and you know what the dog did? It would run to my bedroom because it would connect my voice with my smell and think that I'm hiding in the bedroom. That's what my dad was telling me. Isn't that cool? But the thing, what happened with that dog, my dad had to go out of town, and he put the dog in one of those, like a doggy hotel.
Mm.
And somehow the dog caught something.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
that's what happens,
and then the dog died.
They'll get kennel cough. That might have been before they had vaccines against that kind of stuff. Yeah, some dogs get sick when they're in kenneling and things like that. Sorry to hear that, Debbie Lynn. I'm sorry to hear that. So, Uh, 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 I don't know. It was an actor and I hadn't seen where I needed to go. Think about it. Yeah, I think putting down your dog or cat would do that. Would do that to you. You know, I think if you were an actress and you had to think of something that would make you sad, probably thinking about your dog or cat, putting them down. I mean, it's all your memories of all those years compressed together. And you know, I remember when years ago we had a cat when my kids were real little, and the cat lived a pretty long time. But you know, I remember coming up the road near my house. It was about a mile away, and they always say cats just go off to pass away, kind of. You know, this was an outdoor cat, and I remember seeing coming up Stony Point Road, which was about a half a mile from my house, and there was a gray tabby cat that was flattened on the road.
Oh yeah, you always see
And
that.
I knew immediately that was Twinkle that got flattened, and I never did tell my kids, you know, that the horror of that. So it was tough. Yeah, you see your dogs every day, and they're always happy to see you. Yep. Yeah, I know it is, Whiskey. Your winds are coming down our way now, so we have to kind of be prepared for that. The good news is our chooch will only last about 2 hours. Last time that wind came up, I'll never forget the sight of Marshall out there at 3 a.m. with the skeleton flying around on the door. And he's grabbing all the window surrounds and all that
Yeah, the
stuff.
first thing I
Then he
thought
started
is-
taking it seriously and
Yeah.
moved to take the
I
van
started
out of there,
thinking
you
that
know?
branches will start coming down and Rosie's Halloween lights will start flying off.
Yeah.
But it didn't last that long. So
Oh, at last you went to sleep. We stayed up all night. There were some horrific gusts. Took down part of the bush that out here. You're
so
going to be cutting down.
what is the update on the fire?
The update is that final wind event is supposed to come down, but they said the target date for wrapping up the fire is November 7th, but it could burn for over a month. So
It could be a long event.
until the rainy season. Yeah, it is a long event. It's like slow motion disaster. You
But
know?
it could pick up. The winds could change at any time. So
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's right. Strawberry duct tape the wig. I use a Arrow staple gun, 1/2 inch staples right into the skull. It works great every single time. We're going to be chooching at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, and hope to see you guys out on the chooch this evening. Dress warm because the temperature plunges when the sun goes down here.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
it was cold It was in the mid-30s.
yeah. For those of you guys, I just wanted to say that are fans in the cemetery chooches. If you go to our last chooch, but you go to Elvis Travels on my channel to Santa Rosa Rural Cemetery chooch. If you go to the 46-minute, 12-second mark, you'll hear a growl from either a demon or a bobcat or mountain lion. And at the 1 hour mark, I believe one of my audience said you can see an apparition. And I think there was an orb in yours, right? Wasn't there
Yeah,
an orb
I saw an orb. Yeah.
towards the end, right? But what's the timestamp on that?
Yeah,
I
and
don't
somebody said orb is high blood pressure or something like that. So the next day I had a full physical checkup and my blood pressure was spot on 120/58 and good pulse, good heart, good respiration, and good to go. So, Kev, I don't get involved in what people wear. I find that very petty. What people wear. I'd never commented on other people's attire unless it's in a positive way. JK NoCal, I'm really sorry about. I've just heard he just posted that they're looting in Healdsburg, that beautiful town up, and it's emptied out because of
know. The fires.
of the fires. Yeah. Unsub, clear your cache on your computer, and then resub, and then hit the notification bell. To me, it's like you don't really know in that week whether he's done laundry here or not. Okay, and that really is the bottom line. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for being on today. Stay positive. The most fun on YouTube is to bring content, bring joy, and bring smiles to people's faces. Tonight's Cemetery Chooch will be on the Rosie O'Kelly. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put it on. I'll probably put it on Rosie Murphy because there's a text to speech if anybody wants to tip and send a message out live on the Chooch. It'll be coming out live for everybody. So I will do that on the Rosie Murphy channel tonight. And then later tonight, I'll be on the Rosie McNamara channel. So y'all be cool and make sure you're subbed up to the Rosie Murphy channel to be on the Chooch. Maybe on the way out, one of my moderators could just post a link to the Rosie Murphy channel. Thank you very much, Jen, my moderators. Love you, Whiskey. Be safe up there, my friend. Be on guard. You should do a small, reminder video. Yeah, I think I will this afternoon, JK. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Have a great one. Woo.